Hey YouTubers, it's me. I know it's been a while since I've been on. I'm going to give you an update. A couple months ago, well, maybe 4 or 5, maybe even 6 months. I don't even remember. I was at work one day and I was having chest pains and my left arm went numb. So I went to the doctor. Well, I went to emergency. I didn't go to the doctor. And I went there 3 times. They checked my enzymes, okay, to make sure that they were stable. And one time it came back at 15. And then they told me if it came back 15 again, I would have to stay in the hospital. So thank God it didn't. So I go to my medical doctor, and my medical doctor tells me that I have to go see a cardiologist. So I get a cardiologist. Excuse me. I tell him everything that's going on. So he wants to do a stress test, and he does this other test on me. I said, okay, no, the stress test I failed. I didn't even do 2 minutes on the fucking treadmill because they incline it, and I'm like, I can't do that. I told them to stop. I said, I can't do no more. So they wound up doing an angiogram. I'm in this motherfucker crying, okay? They did it. They wanted to do it real soon. I went in there on a Thursday. They wanted to do it Monday. Now I'm freaking out. So I called my father. My dad goes, well, ask Angela if she could take you. I said, okay. So I asked my daughter. She said, yes. So then my father, messages me back and says, I'll take you. So my dad took me, and I told my dad not to leave. Now I'm crying. I'm crying. I've never had anything done like this before, ever. So I go in. They take my arm. I told them, I said, please, first they take my arm, and they're looking at me. So I said, please don't go through my groin. Please don't do that. So he goes, well, if we don't have to, we won't. So he takes my right arm and he lays it down and straps it down. Okay. And I'm like, what are you doing? He goes, we're going to try to go through your vein. Why did I look and I saw the needle? YouTubers, when I say this motherfucker was this long, this finger here and that's how long that motherfucker was. And I'm like, well, what the fuck are you going to do with that? He goes, we're going to numb you. I'm like, what? I'm like, he goes, Tammy, don't look. I said, motherfucker, I already seen the goddamn needle. Now I'm freaking. I'm totally freaking. I do not like needles. I don't like them. Thank God I'm not a drug addict. I'm like, I don't like fucking needles. So they shoot me up with the needle. Oh my God. Oh my God. Then they take this little camera. Okay. And I feel it grinding up in it's turning like a coil in my fucking vein. And then after that, I didn't feel nothing. So he's like, I'm doing deep breathing, this, that, and the third. Well, I finally get my appointment at my cardiologist. They tell me I have coronary heart disease. That all my major arteries, except for my main aorta, are 40% clogged. And I'm like, the fuck? I'm like, I'm too young to have coronary heart disease. When he told me that, I immediately started crying. Because I'm like, what the fuck? Am I going to die? What are you going to do for me? He goes, well, there's nothing we can do right now. I said, so what are you going to do? Wait till I have a heart attack and fucking die? Then you're going to do something? Then it's going to be too late because I'm already going to be croaked. You know what I mean? So I can't eat pork. I can't eat beef. I can't eat pasta. I can't eat bread. I can't have dairy. So I looked at him. I said, the fuck am I supposed to eat? Am I supposed to eat birdseed? I'm like, what the fuck? So I found veggie burgers that I can eat. I go to this one store. I don't know if you guys ever heard of it. It may be in your area. It's called Aldi's. Now I go there. It's cheaper than the fucking grocery store. So I go there. I found them. And I can have seafood. So I'm like, okay, I got some, haddock and tilapia and shrimps and, because that stuff I can eat. It's been tough, you guys. I got to go get blood work. I've been procrastinating on that. Because like I said, I don't like needles. I was supposed to do it 6 months ago and I still haven't done it. But I'm going to go today. I think I'm going to go today. Not sure. I got plans, but I'm going to try to fit it in. So, oh, by the way, I want to say hello to the nice young lady that was at the laundromat. Okay? Let me tell you the story about this. Okay, I haven't gone to the laundromat in years. Years. Okay? So I'm at home, I'm doing laundry. So my granddaughter's bra got stuck in the dryer. So I called my boyfriend. I said, Chris, I said, I need you to help me get it out. He comes down and he yanks it out. Well, now it's ripped. It's garbage. So I put clothes in the dryer. I put a load in the wash. And I told my grandson, I said, David, when I'm done, Grandma's going to take you home. He goes, okay. So I took him home. I get to the corner of my street. Okay, I get to the corner of my street. My granddaughter calls me. She goes, Mommy, the house is full of smoke. I'm like, well, what do you mean? She goes, the dryer caught on fire. I was like, oh my God. I'm like, well, did Papa open it to see if it was on fire? She goes, no, he unplugged it. I said, well, tell him to go down there and open the door and see if it's in flames. He said he's not doing that. I come home. He's got a bowl full of water. I go down, I said, give me the fucking water. I go down there, yup, sure shit. I open the door, the fucking dryer's in flames, and I shoot it. Now, mind you, I have a gas dryer. Okay? I said, well, what the fuck were you trying to do? Blow the whole fucking house up because you were too pussy to look? So, I go to the laundromat, and I meet this is my second time going to this laundromat. Okay? They got cards, which I'm like, cards? I'm like, what the fuck? So anyways, the first time I went there, I was pissed. I spent $70 fucking dollars. $70 of my hard-earned money. I'm like, well, what the fuck? I'm never coming here again. Okay, the one girl there, she didn't explain nothing, anything. So I'm like, okay, I've never had to use a card before. So I went there a couple days ago, and there's this really nice girl there, really nice girl. And I'm talking to her. She's explaining everything to me. And I'm like, well, why didn't the first girl do that? The white girl that was here. I'm like, the fuck? So she explained everything to me. She goes, I train them, Then when I leave them on their own, she goes, they don't talk. So I was like, okay. So, anyways, she was very helpful. Hi. I also told her that I woke up in the middle of the night. I got to share this with you guys. I woke up in the middle of the night and I'm laying there and I said, okay, God, I'm awake. What do you got to tell me? Well, then he shows me stand-up comedian, right? So I told the girl at the laundromat this. She goes, well, I really think you should. She goes, because you are funny. She goes, I had her laughing, okay? And she's like, yes, ma'am. She was so polite, very polite. I really like this girl. And she's the reason why if I have to go back to the laundromat, I'm going back because of her. And I said, if I ever do stand up, she goes, girl, come get me because I'll go and I'll watch you. So I did really bad on oral communications, guys. I don't know how this is going to pan out. It may not. They may boo me off stage, which is okay. At least I'll have tried it. And, so we'll see what happens. But I'm going to go now. I got a lot of things to do. I got to go to work. I got to place my order. And I just got a lot of errands to run today. So hit like and subscribe.